Hey there, and welcome to Carla is Crafty, episode 88. I know it's been a bit, but you know, busy, crazy, looking for a new job. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Carla. I'm a mom, a wife, and a midwife, and I'm a born-again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. So it's been a crazy few weeks. I got close to making a video, and then I was like, I'll just wait till I have my market, and then I can tell you guys about my market. So we're gonna start with finished objects. So I made some of these rubber ducks. I love these ducks. I think they're so cute. I made these with the pattern is Rubber Duck by Hugurumi Toys. Hugurumi Toys. I think I finally said that right. Anyway, and I use Sweet Snuggles. It's a number 7 yarn. I've never used Sweet Snuggles before, but I was in Michael's the other day looking for the clearance that everybody was talking about. And I thought, I found that yellow. I was like, yeah, I want to make some jumbo rubber ducks. And so I got the hot pink, and I thought, I don't know what I'm going to use the hot pink for, but guess what? I used it to make rubber ducks. I made 2 of each. They did not sell, but they're adorable. Anyway, I should have put my bag over here so I can put everything back in the bag. I don't have them because they sold at market, but I made 2 dachshunds with the Dachshund Dog crochet pattern from Elegant Purely. I used Premier Just Chenille and Chocolate for one, and Premier Basic Chenille and Rust for the other. So they were 2 different sizes. They were really cute. The only thing I didn't like about the pattern was I tried following the way she said to do it, and I still had trouble getting my little feet to come out even. So I don't know if I would use that one again. Anyway, then I did a mini night dragon and light dragon. The pattern is from Funny Face Studios, and I used Bernat in Coal for the black and Race Car Red to do the tail, and then I used Bernat White to make the light dragon. The night dragon actually sold, so I only have the white one left. I love these funky eyes. They're so cute. And then I did the Quick and Easy Crochet Granny Stitch Bucket Hat by Knotting Hook Crochet from Robin. Lovely. Love the pattern, Robin. It's the best. And I just had a bunch of peaches and cream yarn in different colors laying around. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made 7 adult hats and 1 little hat. I was trying to make like a mom and baby set. I thought that was cute. Didn't sell any of them. I'm really disappointed. It wasn't a good market, okay? Don't take the fact that they didn't sell. I love this one too. And this one. One of the skeins of peaches and cream is not quite enough to make a hat, so I always ended up using another color, but I kind of like doing that. The only reason I had enough of that teal blue that I used, this was the first one I made, this yellow one, I like it. The only reason I had enough of the teal blue that I used is because I had a cone of it instead of just a skein. And then Itty Bitty Snake, the pattern is by Sophie Puffin Crafts. I made one with my leftovers of the Sweet Snuggles. I said, oh, it looks like strawberry lemonade. It's a strawberry lemonade snake. Anyway, that's cute. And then I made these 2 actually while I was at market. This is Bernat variegated that I bought at Ollie's for $4.99 a ball. I think I got 2 of these. I wish I'd gotten more. I don't know why I didn't get more, because I didn't know what I would make with them, but I've used it to make several things. And then this is the Fluffy Flex in orange from Michael's. When I went to Michael's, that was the only thing I found left of clearance. They had like 4 balls of this, and I got 2 because they were $5 each, which is only 50% off. It's really not, you know, come on, Michael's. You're as bad as Joann's. When you put something on clearance, put it on clearance. Hobby Lobby puts everything on clearance for like 75% off when they mark a bunch of stuff down, you know. I used these fun little white people eyes that I actually ordered them off AliExpress because I really wanted some and they were a good price, and so I ordered those. But I have some hand-painted ones coming from Krafty Kait. I'm so excited. And then Tofu the Turtle, I made a couple of those. This is the Bernat blanket, and then the Bernat blanket solid, and I got that one also at Ollie's. And then this one I used the Bernat blanket and the solid, and then I used the Fluffy Flex to make the shell. I thought they were really cute. So I did sell a turtle at market. It was my one that I made with Premier Basic and the tie-dye in the camo. It was super cute, and so someone bought it, so I like that. I have a cute story about a turtle. So my dogs were out, and, you know, Sophie, my little dachshund, I could hear her out there barking just terribly crazy, you know, and so I went out to see what was going on, make sure there, you know, wasn't something trying to get her or whatever, and there's a box turtle in the backyard, and she's got it cornered up against the house, and it's just like sitting there waiting for her to go away. So I pick him up and I take him out and put him outside the fence so he'll be able to go his way. And then later that day, I hear her barking again, and I go out and it's a box turtle. I'm assuming it's the same box turtle. I don't know. It may have been a different one. I didn't really take that good a look to know if it was a different one, up against the other side of the back of the house. And so I just left it alone. I thought if it wants to be here, it'll be here. Well, then I had to go to the store, and when I came back from the store, I opened the garage and pulled my car in, and then I walked out to the curb to get our trash can because the trash people had been there. So I brought it back up by the house, and when I get back to the garage, in the time it took me to walk out to the street and get the trash can, which isn't very long, this box turtle had crawled into my garage and is sitting behind my husband's car. So I go to get it, and as soon as it sees me, man, those things move fast. You know, that tortoise and the hare story is not very accurate, right? So it beelined under my husband's car, so I had to go get like the spatula from my grill set and scoot him out from under the car and pick him up, and I took him out and put him way out in the yard, and then I ran back in and shut the garage door because I was like, I don't want him to get trapped in there and either get run over by a car or die because he's in there with no food, because there's not food in our garage for him to eat. Anyway, there's my fun turtle story. Sorry, chased a rabbit with that one. And then I made Jasmine the Jellyfish. I've made those before, and I think I've showed you guys those. The pattern is by Beck Makes Crochet, and I made it in the Fluffy Flex, and I used the white pupil. I just think those white pupil eyes are fun. I know some people think they're kind of creepy, which I do call them creepy too, but they're a lot of fun. And so I think they're great for snakes and sea creatures, and I can't wait to like use them on dragons. And then I found this pattern I thought was so cute. It's The Lizard by Nicola Crochet. And so the first one I made in the Bernat blanket, and I used my little cat eyes, you know. He's just adorable. This thing is completely no-sew. It's like the leggy frogs. It's amazing. You start at the tail and go up. In the Bernat blanket, it's not bad. I did one in the solid too. But doing 4 rounds up this tail is difficult. You know, it's so tight. And so then I used just chenille that I bought at the Dollar Tree in this blue flecked, and I thought that was kind of cool. And then I just used the plain black safety eyes because I don't have any fancy eyes that are this small. This was super difficult because it's so tiny and the yarn's so tiny. And then I did one out of Premier Parfait and chocolate. I don't know if there's, well, I know there's brown spiders, but they're probably not solid brown, but anyway. So I did that. So that was all the things I made. I did make 3 crisscross aprons that were a special order and got them to the person that bought them. And that's about it. Joys in progress. I've still got my socks going and the cardigan for my husband. Oh, I meant to grab the socks. So that sock yarn I bought off Etsy, I got to crocheting and it was just like bleeding on my hands. Something awful, like leaving dark marks. And it's really dark yarn. And so I thought, well, I don't know. So I messaged the lady on Etsy and I'm like, I'm not sure if it just didn't get rinsed out good or if it was just a bad batch or I don't know. I said, I know hand-dyed yarns can do this. I said, but I've never had one do it. And so she said, there's a thing, and I can't remember what she called it now. Anyway, some people's body chemistry causes that to happen. And so I was like, okay. She said, I don't know if it's that or if it just, you know, things happen. She said, but I'm sending you a new skein. So she sent me a brand new skein of yarn. I haven't caked it up and tried starting socks with it yet. So when I do, I'll let you know if I have that problem and and I'll find the name for it because I can't remember. But anyway, if that's what's happening, if it's just my body chemistry or if it was the first batch of yarn, I don't know, but we'll find out. But I thought that was really great customer service. Acquisitions. So Krafty Kait had gotten one of these, and you know, I got the Maxworks carpet bag for my birthday. I got the needle cases. Well, Krafty Kait got one of the big carpet bags with the zipper and all that. This one's already got yarn and then all of my needles and hooks in it so that they're all in one place. This is awesome. And it matches my cases right, and it's beautiful. So she talked me into it. If you watch Krafty Kait's video, she actually had a 10% off coupon that you could apply to your order. And you know, that's what I did when I bought the cases. I used the ones from Cozy Buckeye. I used her code, but Krafty Kait has a code too. And then I was watching Krafty Kait she does Palm Street Lives on the weekends, and so I couldn't resist. Yes, I can make it myself. I know that. But it's too cute, okay? This little cactus and this tie-dye jumping spider. Oh my gosh, I couldn't resist. I need some decor for my new office, for my new job. So I ordered those from her. So, I mean, if you do Palm Street, go look for Krafty Kait, watch her lives. It's fun to interact on those. You know, you can interact and you can purchase things if you want or whatever, but it's just a lot of fun. And you get to talk to other people on there too. You know, it's just like a YouTube live or whatever. Then somebody does those, you get to talk to those people, and so that's a lot of fun. And then I ordered this for my friend because she is a Outlander fan, and I should have taken it out of the box before I started this video, and I did not. But it's a custom-made coffee mug, and it says Sassenach. I don't know. I need to look up how to say that. You know, that's what Jamie calls Claire. Anyway, I thought that was gorgeous, and so I got that for her. And of course, it's because I came across this one. The yarn chooses the knitter. That's a Harry Potter nerd reference because the wand chooses the wizard, right? The only thing I don't like about this is it's tiny. I drink big cups of coffee and tea, but I think this is gorgeous, and I mean, I will definitely use it. So I thought that was fun. Anyway, and okay, that's it. Other than the Michael's yarn, I got the Sweet Snuggles in the pink and the yellow, and then the 2 of the Fluffy Flex in orange. Those 4 skeins of yarn are all I bought. And so the market, I'll pop up a video that I did right at the beginning of market, and then I'll pop up some pictures that I took of my setup and stuff. I know it was a little bit busy. If the Celestial Homebody ever watched, ever got a hold of those pictures, I'm sure she would have some critiques for me. Because I just was trying to get everything out there, and, you know, perhaps I shouldn't put everything out. Perhaps I should be a little more selective. And I have such a variety of things. I really don't have, other than some of my $5 items, I really don't make things in big quantities. So, but I kind of like having everything out there. Market it was so hot. You know, it was in the high 90s, and you're out on the street, on the main street of town. You know, we were obviously under our canopy, but it's just so hot. You're so thankful when there's a breeze, and occasionally the sun would go, you know, the clouds would go across the sun, and it would really get nice comparatively. And I mean, I drank like 8 bottles of water and 4 body armors. You know, I basically sat or stood under the canopy. I didn't even go shop because it was just too hot. Okay. My daughter came and helped me set up and stayed with me the whole time. And, you know, she did go shop a little bit at some of the other booths. I did walk down and get a bag of ice because I hadn't got enough ice for the ice chest, and walked down to the corner to the convenience store and got a bag of ice and something for breakfast. And as I walked back, almost everybody was there and set up. I was the only plushie vendor. There was a lady who had some stuffed toys, but they were made out of, you know, the soft blankets that you can buy, like those plush blankets or whatever. And she had some big turtles and things like that, but I didn't see any other crochet. Saw a lot of people with the tumblers, people with woodworking. I mean, there were a variety of things, and I couldn't really gauge how much other people were selling, because literally, other than to go into Harbor Coffee, which is our church's coffee shop, which was right behind where I was set up, I went in there to use the facilities and to get my lunch. Other than that, I literally did not leave that tent. You know, I walked down and got the ice first thing in the morning, which wasn't too bad. And then at lunch, I went in there, and then later in the afternoon. But other than that, I stayed in my canopy because it was just too hot. Okay. The lady who organized where everyone was supposed to be set up was right across from me. She was next to the post office, and she had her canopy set up on the sidewalk. And she and her husband were sitting in a nice shady spot under the big awning that shoots out from the building there. I kind of thought that was, I mean, you organize where everybody goes, you get to do that. That's fine. I mean, I guess I'm not complaining that she was in a good spot, but the rest of us are out there on that asphalt street, and it is just boiling. This was originally supposed to be Pioneer Days Market the end of May. They had a bad storm system come through, and they postponed it. And I'm not sure why they didn't take advantage of the lovely new community center we have in Ulaga and move it indoors. Other than that, wouldn't have given them space for the stage and stuff for the live music and the dance that they always do. I can't imagine anybody coming up there and dancing. I don't care. I don't care if the sun had gone down at that point, which I don't think it would have gone down, because I don't think they were there that late. It was too, I mean, like when they had the live music start at 1 p.m., there was nobody over in front of that stage. I can't believe those people were performing. Even though it was a nice shady stage, that had to be absolutely, it would take my breath away to try and sing in that weather. It was just, ugh. It was not well attended. I don't know if it was the heat or the fact that it got rescheduled. I think they did a good job of trying to get the word out there, and I know I shared it on my social media and told everybody I knew about it, but it was just so hot. I felt so bad for some of these kids. I mean, because everyone that came by my booth was like dripping. And some of those poor little kids, I mean, my face was red, even though I was sitting under that awning the whole day and drinking all that fluids. You know, so I didn't feel bad like I did at my first market last year when because I just drank a lot of water and I didn't have any electrolytes. The body armor really helped because it's got electrolytes in it. But I mean, like, even though I still felt okay at the end of the day, I had a slight headache, which went away as soon as I got home and had dinner and stuff like that. But my face was red till I went to bed. I don't know when it finally quit being red, my cheeks and my face. And I wasn't exposed to the sun, so it wasn't sunburn, it was just heat. And my daughter was pretty much the same way, but she's a lot younger and recovers faster. But we were both very red-faced when we got home. My husband commented on how red-faced we were. So anyway, I guess there was the theme of the market, hot and miserable. The only great thing about it was I got to spend the day with my daughter, which was phenomenal. We were supposed to be there from 10 to 4. We got there at 7 to set up, so we were set up by 8. So we were ready way early. And then market started at 10, was supposed to end at 4, and then they were going to have a street dance and stuff like that. And they said you could stay later with your tent if you wanted to. By 2 o'clock, I was like, I can't. I'm going to have a heat stroke. I have got to get out of here. And so we just started putting things away about 2:30. My husband came up and brought us the two-wheeler because we weren't going to be allowed to pull in front of our canopy and break down until after 4. And so I moved my car a little closer and we just wheeled everything to my car with the two-wheeler that we could and carried the rest and got packed up, and we were out of there probably right around 3:15. I mean, it was just too hot, you know. And I apologized. The lady next to me was one of the organizers, and I did apologize to her for leaving early. I just said I can't take any more of this heat. It's just way too hot. So I've already canceled the one I was going to do in September in Talala. I know it'll be late September and it should be cooler, but I can't take that chance because we did last year in September. We did the festival in Talala, and that one about got me. And I just obviously can't be out in that kind of heat anymore. I mean, I'm just not used to it, I suppose. So it's just, you know, getting older or something. I don't know. So no more outdoor markets unless it's cool, like late fall, early spring, dead of winter. Oh. Anyway, I was watching Robin from Notting Hook, and she was saying the same thing about their market that she just did, that it was so hot and wasn't really worth it. It's not worth it to me. And here's another thing, $145. I mean, I sold 20 items for $145. And it was all plushies, of course. None of my bags, none of my bucket hats, none of my embroidered hats, none of my aprons. None of that stuff sold. It was all plushies, which I know. And that's why I didn't make any more hats and I didn't make any more bags or aprons. I thought, I'm not wasting time and materials doing that. I sold 5 gummy worms. I sold them $3 each, or 2 for $5. So I sold 2 at 2 for $5, and then 1 single one for $3. I sold my hot dog, my Dachshund in the hot dog bun that I love so much, for $25. I sold my little green alligator for $20. I sold 1 leggy frog for $7. I sold a Tofu Turtle for $10. Sold my mini night dragon, the black one with the black and red tail, for $25. I sold 4 small chickens for $5 each. I had a big bin of $5 items. I sold a mini stingray for $5. I sold a jumping spider for $8. A small axolotl, which was supposed to be $7, but it got thrown in the $5 bin, so I sold it for $5. I sold a clownfish for $10. I sold my 2 little dachshunds, One was $5, one was $7. And yeah, that was it. Which, again, I paid the booth fees so long ago that I didn't really count that against it. And I think my square fees were maybe $2.20. So not bad for that. I spent, I think, $10 in food. And, you know, other than that, and I mean, I did give my daughter part of the money because she was there with me all day and helped me set up and break down. And that's just such a big help. And drove, you know, an hour and a half to come help me. So I did give her part of the money. So, I mean, it just wasn't, it wasn't worth being there. I mean, in 5 hours, that's pathetic. You know, when I watch, other people are like, oh, you know, some people are like, well, I at least want to make my booth fee back. And that's well and good. But that's a lot of effort and a lot of work to put in to just get your booth fee back. And then I watch other people who are like, well, I'd like to make at least 10 times my booth fee. You know, and if your booth fee is $30, I don't think 300 is unreasonable. Or, you know, my goal is just kind of, I'd like to make $100 an hour, or sell $100 an hour, not make $100 an hour, but to sell $100 an hour, I don't think that's unreasonable. And I sold, you know, hardly anything. And I did the Go Imagine site. I'm not really getting any takers on it. Of course, I'm still doing the free version, so I only have about 9 or 10 items on there. And I don't think it's a very well viewed website. I don't want to do Etsy. The fees are just ridiculous, and the fact that they allow drop shippers. I was watching Celestial Homebody the other day, and she, you know, is an artist and designs her own stickers and things, and someone on Etsy stole her designs and is selling stickers with her designs that she drew, and Etsy's not doing anything about it. I think it's sad. And Etsy's allowing all these drop shippers to come in and just sell all this cheaply made or, you know, made overseas things. And I mean, I buy that kind of stuff, but I don't go to a marketplace to buy it. And I don't think that they are doing the handmade vendors justice by allowing that to happen. And I realize they feel like that's helping their stockholders and whatever, and I know it's a business. Go Imagine is very vendor and buyer oriented. You have to verify that there are things that you make, you know. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing maybe a Facebook Marketplace store or something like that. I don't like doing that because there's so many trolls on Facebook Marketplace. Because you have to keep putting in there, do not ask if this is still available. I will not respond to you, because that's, you know, you get those bots or whatever that reply that. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. There is an indoor market at a church the 22nd of November. I'm thinking I'll probably do that one because it's indoors. And if I can find something, you know, I might do the outdoor farmers market when they do their holiday market in November and December, things like that, because that it's a little cooler then, but we'll just have to see. By then I'll have started my new job, I hope. So I'm excited about that. What else was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I've been cleaning up my yarn stash. You can see my giant box of polyfill. I had to move it up on the table because it takes up so much. It's a 20-pound box. It takes up so much space on the floor. And so you could literally not get in this room. And before I brought my market plushies and items back in, I decided I need to organize a little better. So I got some underbed totes and I put some yarns in there that I don't use extremely often. But I have made up some boxes and bags of yarns that I'm gonna post like maybe a little picture or something on my Carla is Crafty Facebook page, and just tell people if they are willing to pay postage, then they can say, yes, I want that item, or I want that bag of yarn or box of yarn or whatever. So I've got some honey bunny yarn. The person who takes the honey bunny yarn, there's a couple of full skeins, most of it's partial, but the person that takes the honey bunny yarn will also get a set of amigurumi sticks, sticks. And then I have some willow yarns. This is really nice. I bought it in gradients because I was going to make something, and I'm just never going to use it because I have so much other going on. But it's 100% acrylic, I think. Yeesh, I say that. There's 3 or 4 colors of it. Yeah, it's 100% anti-pill acrylic. And then I also have some Chic Sheep that I bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby several years ago, and it is 100% wool. So I don't know if I should put those in the same box or not. If you're allergic to wool and you'd rather not have the wool, then I can split those up. But I've got some acrylics and some wools in there. I've got another box that has like sock yarns that I bought, you know, on sales and stuff like that, that I probably won't use because I have a lot of sock weight yarn. Anyway, I'll post some pictures, and it's first come, first serve. If you want the yarn and you're willing to pay postage, I'll tell you you're the one that won it, if you know, whoever picks it first. And then if you will email, I'll have you email me your address to carlaiscrafty553@gmail.com, which I'll put down in the description. If you email me your address, I can weigh the package and put all that in Click and Ship, and it will tell me how much the postage will be. Overseas, unfortunately, I can't do on Click and Ship, so I have no idea what postage would be. I doubt that anybody wants it that bad to pay postage overseas because it's terribly expensive. Plus, I think you guys have to pay tariffs on everything now. Don't even get me started. So I'll put those pictures up on my Carla is Crafty Facebook page here in the next week. And I also, the lady that won the sweater quantity of Patton's Shetland Chunky never replied. So if you would like, I believe there are 6 of these. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of these. It's a 5-weight bulky, and it is navy is the color, and it's Patton Shetland's Chunky. It's nice yarn. It's 75% acrylic and 25% wool. 100 grams. There's 148 yards in each of these 8 skeins of yarn. If you would like these, if you would just comment chunky in the comments, if you make a comment, just comment chunky, and then I'll do a random pick and somebody can win this yarn. I think that's about it. I appreciate you guys coming to see me. I know I don't have very many people that watch anymore, but that's okay. Quality, not quantity. Just remember, guys, Jesus loves you, and so do I, and I will see you soon. Okay, hey guys, a little something for the vlog later. This is my setup for Pioneer Days in Ulaga. So far, a lot of people looking and commenting, but nobody wants to buy anything. But there you go. It's really, really hot here. I can't imagine anybody coming out in this heat to shop, but maybe they will.